Hello everyone, I'm Sumit Kumar Bhatia from BBA Semester 6. My topic for SDM's video presentation is content theories, under which we will discuss three content theories, which are Herzberg's two-factor theory, Alderfer's ERG model, and Z theory of William Auchi. So here we go.
First, Herzberg's two-factor theory. Frederick Herzberg propounded this theory by grouping the motivating variables into two categories: hygiene factors and motivators. The two-factor theory, also known as Herzberg's motivation hygiene theory and dual-factor theory. First, hygiene factors. Example: status, job security, salary, fringe benefits, work conditions, good pay, paid insurance, vacation. These do not give positive satisfaction or lead to higher motivation, though dissatisfaction results from their absence. The term hygiene is used in the sense that these are maintenance factors. These are extrinsic to the work itself and include aspects such as company policies, supervisory practices, or wages or salaries. Second, motivators. Example: challenging work, recognition for one's achievement, responsibility, opportunity to do something meaningful, involvement in decision making, sense of importance to an organization that give positive satisfaction, arising from intrinsic condition of the job itself, such as recognition, achievement, or personal growth. But if these factors are absent, they don't cause dissatisfaction or demotivation. He had identified 10 hygiene factors and 6 motivators that are used to explain the motivation concept in the context of the business organization. 10 hygiene factors include corporate policy and administration, relationship with supervisor, work conditions, salary, relationship with peers, personal life, relationship with subordinates, status, security, and supervision, where motivators include achievement, recognition, work, responsibility, advancement, and growth. Now, limitations of the theory. Some common criticisms of Herzberg's motivation theory include: one issue is the fact that humans tend to look at the aspects of their work that they like and project them onto themselves when things are going well. When times are bad, external factors seems to play a larger part. The theory only applies to white collar workers. It doesn't take an individual situation or perception into consideration. The theory focuses on improving employee satisfaction that doesn't necessarily translate into increased productivity. There are plenty of reasons to disagree, like external factors that might influence productivity. Herzberg didn't take this into account while researching and coming up with this theory. There is no objective way to measure employee satisfaction with this theory. Our second theory is Alderfer's ERG model. Clayton P. Alderfer's ERG theory condenses Maslow's five human needs into three categories: existence, relatedness, and growth. First, existence need include physiological desires and safety needs, example food, water, air, clothing, safety, love, and affection. Maslow's first two levels. Second, relatedness needs encompasses social and external esteem, relationship with family, friends, co-workers, and employers. This also means to be recognized and feel secure as a part of a group or a family. Maslow's third and fourth level. Third, growth needs. Internal esteem and self-actualization. These impel a person to make creative or productive effects on himself and the environment. Example, to progress towards one's ideal self. Maslow's fourth and fifth levels. This include desire to be creative and productive and to complete meaningful tasks. The ERG theory does not propose that people move up or down a hierarchy of needs as suggested by Maslow. The ERG theory argues that it is possible for more than one set of needs to be activated at the same time. The salesperson may move up or down the three-step hierarchy of needs. In Alderfer's ERG model, focusing exclusively on one need at a time will not motivate your people. The frustration regression principle impacts workplace motivation. For example, if one salesperson is continuously frustrated with this growth need, then the relatedness needs may emerge as primary and the individual may redirect his efforts toward these lower order needs and socialize more with co-workers. If you can recognize these conditions early, steps can be taken to satisfy the frustrated needs until the employee is able to pursue growth again. Now, Z theory of William Auchi. This theory originated from Japanese business practices because their sales managers are found to be making better use of the human capital. The rate of productivity of the average Japanese employee is found to be 3 times that of an American employee. The absenteeism is low, organizational commitment is high, and the turnover rate is low for many Japanese firms. The anticipation of a longer career with one organization encourages workers to become integrated into the organization. Management in turn invests money in order to develop the talent bank within the organization. Employment in such organization is a permanent bondage of the worker with the organization. One of the most important pieces of this theory is that management must have a high degree of confidence in its workers in order for this type of participative management to work. This theory assumes that worker will be participating in the decisions of the company to a great degree. Auchi explains that management sometimes has a tendency to underestimate the ability of the workers to effectively contribute to the decision making process. But for this reason, Theory Z stresses the need for the workers to become generalists rather than specialists and to increase their knowledge of the company and its processes through job rotation and constant training. Theory Z focus on increasing employees' loyalty to the company by providing a job for life with a strong focus on the well-being of the employee both on and off the job. Limitations of William Auchi's Theory Z. Employees' participation in the process of decision making is not always encouraged by the managers, as it might be the question of their ego. On the other hand, employees may also fear involvement in decision making due to the fear of criticism. Besides, if all the employees start taking interest in decision making, the process may seem lengthy and slow. Theory Z emphasizes an unstructured organization, which can lead to chaos, and nobody in the organization will choose to take responsibility for any action. Employees may not be interested in the lifetime employment scheme, as it is possible that employees are ambitious. Although it is aimed to build a strong rapport and loyalty among the superiors and subordinates, it is just aid in job security. Engendering a common culture may not always be practical, since an organization constitutes of employees from different regional, linguistic, and religious backgrounds, with people varying in practices, behaviors, and habits. After all, theories that emerge from Japanese principles, which may not seem beneficial for the rest of the world, since all the economies differ in structure, form, and culture. The theory may not seem to work for all of them. Thank you.